Yes. This is the one that we gave a little bit of a preview of, and I certainly am asking you to come a little closer to your television screen because you want to hear about this new coin. You said at the very beginning that you had a total quantity of approximately about 400 coins.
I think it's 400. I can get the actual
quantity. A little over 400? Okay.
Well, we have a little over 400, right. I believe. This is a one and done. I've never aired this before. We had the Annex first day of issue, which was $199. I had the Bridge Core, was $199. Like I said, this is a little more common label in essence, but still, first release, proof 70 that you're going to have, NGC, it's $169. Because we know we planned on this for this specific opportunity, for this particular price that you're going to have here, for the San Francisco Mint 2019 American Silver Eagle. So, like I said, we started with 500. I assumed we'd sold some already, so the quantity is the quantity. It's not a quantity I can add to. It's not a quantity I can do anything else with. This is what I have available. I have a special kind of a mahogany maroon box. Isn't that spectacular with the kind of with the puff top that you have right here? I'm going to put this in here. Absolutely gorgeous presentation that we're going to have, and of course it comes with that as well, about a $20 value with that. So I want to talk about this coin just for a little bit. We sold the Bridge Core in the last hour, sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. If I sell that many of this is gone, and this is like gone forever. Because like I said, we have about 500 coins, I think, so 400 to 500 coins. So the United States government, 585, my mistake. Okay, 585 is our total universe. That's all we have, all we're ever going to have, particularly since the 2019 S-minted, the 2019 S-minted American Silver Eagle is currently unavailable from the United States Mint in basically uncertified, basically uncertified conditions. Let me talk to you about this. The United States government, President Ronald Reagan signs the Liberty Coin Act into law in 1986. From 1986 until today, 2019, they've made mint state coins and proof American Silver Eagles for every single, basically every single one of those years, one or both have been made. Starting in 2006, they added what was called the burnished American Silver Eagle, a special uncirculated collector edition of the American Silver Eagle, and they started doing that as well. It is always popular. Now this label that I have right here, like I said, this first release that we're going to have right here, this is once again at $169. That's my regular issue price. Just like early release is $199 and first day of issue is $199, our first release is $169. This is my regular issue price. Now here's what's happened. One of the things that I do is we track every single solitary one of the new issues by the United States Mint, and I track that, how many are sold. Every week the United States Mint releases the sales figures for the year, or for the week. These coins are made to order. The United States government only makes as many of these as people buy. Well, what has happened is the United States Mint, I mean, this week they released 6 new things. They released, I don't know, 50 or 60. I mean, they have so many new issues. I mean, it's almost impossible to keep track of. And since the original proof Silver Eagle for the year is the regular West Point Mint, like they've done for a quarter of a century, when they do this secondary mint, in the proof Silver Eagle, for only the second time in U.S. Mint history, folks, it's falling through the cracks is ultimately what it comes down to. It is just a coin that you're just not going to be able to, they're not going to buy a lot of. And the early sales figures bear that out. We've been tracking that. And when I first started selling this coin 2 weeks ago, I said, well, I'm looking at this coin. I think that this coin is going to end up being a true American rarity. I think this is going to end up, because there's so many other coins around it. The United States Mint has done so many things that this coin right here is going to fall through the cracks. This is going to be the sleeper of the year. And I believe that even more firmly now. Basically, I just have new information, like I said, that the United States Mint, this coin, uncertified and ungraded, is currently unavailable from the United States Mint. That's why my quantity on this is 100% firm. I can't get any more of the coins to have them certified, and even if I did, first release period has passed. So already, this is in essence a unique coin in that regard, and it's unique by quantity as well. I only have 560, and that's all I ever had. Understand, I started with 583. That was the entire quantity that I had in the entire, in my entire batch in essence. And I simply can't go out and get any more of these coins. They are simply unavailable because you can't buy the coins to certify them. First release period has passed. And so now, this is my regular issue price. And I know I sound a little excited. And it's not without cause. It's not without reason. I track American coins. That's what I do. It's like I said, it's my only skill. It's the only thing that I do all day long. Is I read about coins, I think about coins, I write about coins, all of those things. And when I saw this coin and I saw what was happening to this, and in terms of the rarity, I got really excited, and I remain excited, particularly because, like I said, it's currently unavailable from the US Mint. So, based on the current sales figures, this would be by far and away, the rarest annual issue American silver eagle ever made by the United States government. Rarer than every mint state coin, rarer than every other proof coin, and even rarer than all of the burnished American silver eagles made by the United States Mint in the entire history of the United States Mint. Yet, even though I believe that, even though the trajectory tells me that, and now that the United States Mint has this coin currently unavailable, uncertified and ungraded, so you can't even get any more of these coins, I believe that even more firmly. I charge you no additional premium for that. In other words, this is my regular issue price. If this comes to bear, currently the mintage of this coin, and by that I mean the sales of this coin, is well under 100,000 coins. If you look at a coin like, for instance, the Pride of Two Nations coin, they made 110,000 in the enhanced reverse proof, absolutely unique coin, fantastic. We sold hundreds, if not thousands, at $369 a coin. Currently, this coin is rare. The 2011 25th anniversary American Silver Eagle in this proof condition, or actually reverse proof 70, I sell for $1,200 to $1,400. Currently, this coin is going to be rarer, currently is rarer than that coin at $169.95. If you look at those mint state, the 1995 and 1997 mint state American Silver Eagles, those were $900 a coin. This coin is 40 times rarer than that coin as it currently stands. Now, people are saying, well, it's currently unavailable from the United States Mint. My contention is they may not make any more of these coins. This may be it. I mean, they just released the reverse proof American Silver Eagle, the 2018, 2 weeks ago. Not like they're not behind. They still have to do the 4 innovation dollars this year, and they have to do it in mint state, they have to do it in proof, they have to do it in reverse proof, they have another special American Silver Eagle that's going to be coming out, they've got the new Palladium Eagle that's coming out, they have got all kinds, they released 6 new products this week, folks. The American Liberty, the Silver Liberty, the Gold Liberty, the James Madison Silver Dollar, the Ornament, the Christmas set. I mean, they just have their hands full. Who knows if they will get back to be able to do this coin, and if this coin ends up where it currently is in mintage, $169.95 could well be one of the great purchases you've ever made in your numismatic life, because this is a coin that I think instantaneously almost doubles, okay, and it could triple, quadruple, quintuple. No, I don't know that. Once again, that is to some degree speculative on my part. However speculative that is on my part, I'm not charging you anything extra for that, okay? I'm giving you all that information and all this excitement and all this opportunity, and you pay literally no extra for this. If this was just the most common proof American Silver Eagle that has ever been done in the history of the United States Mint, I would still be $169.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. That's
right.
the issue price.
I get it.
That's my issue price. This is the very first time that I have offered this coin, and this is the only quantity I'll have on this coin.
So here's what you need to know, because it is the only quantity that we will ever have on this coin. If you want it as part of your collection, reserve it by ordering it now. You want it as part of your collection. We're offering it to you on FlexPay, so it's less than $45 on a credit card or with PayPal. We give you 30 days, but you will not have another opportunity to be able to get this coin. And the other coin that you'll see in just a moment. And
let me backtrack a little bit. When I say you'll never, ever see this coin again.
At this price.
At this price, right, precisely.
Thank you for helping me with that.
I was doing the same thing, and then I realized, okay, I go out and buy 19S's sold out from the mint, I pay double or triple, and so I may have these at $269, $299, $349, $399.
Thank you for helping me with that.
And then when it becomes the rarest, if it actually holds true that this is the rarest annual issue American Silver Eagle, I mean, this coin could get crazy. I mean, this coin could get absolutely, positively crazy. And I think, you know, that is, I don't know what the United States Mint's going to do, but I know they have been back ordered or sold out, unavailable on this coin.
Only 4 months left in the year.
For weeks and weeks and weeks. Now, I didn't realize it because we bought our coins early. And then I was talking to a friend of mine and he was like, yeah, that coin's gone. And I'm going, what do you mean it's gone? He goes, yeah, you can't get 19S's. And I go, I just assumed, you know, it's a regular issue United States coin, an annual issue Eagle, but they their focus is elsewhere. So, well, their focus is elsewhere. You need to pay attention here, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
You need to pay attention here. So you get the proof Eagle. You get it certified perfect. And for those of you that are just now tuning in, understand it's not just that it's the 19S, but the fact that it's certified absolutely perfect.
Yes, that's the big deal here. We do have a 2-minute clock on the screen. We're asking that you react to this by calling and going online to put your order in. We've got the FlexPay, which has been very exciting. We've got lots of FlexPay in the show tonight, quite frankly. But there's some coins that we've been highlighting that we're saying are coins that you want to buy. This is one of them. Take the moment to get it, reserve it, and make sure it's on its way to your house.
That's right, because you don't have to understand in coins. And here's the thing. So you get 19S. You get what I think is going to be the rarest annual issue American Silver, rarer than every mint state, every proof, every burnished annual Eagle made by the United States government, period. So you got that at our original issue price. But understand, you also have it certified perfect. Because in coin collecting, as in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is what? It's condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth, period. The higher the grade, the more it's worth, period. And with this particular coin that you see right here, with this particular coin that you see right here, your opportunity on this is to get it in perfect condition. Because in coins, we get it on a 70-point scale, not a 100-point scale. So this coin is perfect. The Ultra Cameo is an additional designator of value. So what it means is, if you're familiar with Cameo jewelry, where the device or the raised part, the design of the coin pops off like it's a piece of, a cameo ring. And so that's called Ultra Cameo. Not every coin is Ultra Cameo, and for sure not every coin is Proof 70. So when I talk about rarity, I'm talking about all the coins made. Now we basically kind of make that rarity even rarer, if you will. We kind of condense it, if we will, by making it
that's
Proof
a great
70.
Shot of it.
Oh, isn't that fantastic?
Yeah,
Look at that coin right there.
It's really beautiful.
It is stunning. It's beautiful. By the way, an ounce of pure silver. You're going to get the red oak presentation box. We are so busy in the phones right now. We're going to give you about an extra minute or so here. Check this out.
Ooh,
that's how that's going to. So not only do you get a coin that is spectacularly priced.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All of a sudden, we went from 585 to 385.
Don't miss it.
We're going to stay here for. We may stay here till this is just about gone, folks. Is ultimately what it comes.
On that note, though, you do want to make a move. Be sure to call and reserve yours and take action. Otherwise, you'll be disappointed that you didn't get it. Take advantage of the FlexPay. Remember, FlexPay is instant and it's free. You get
Nobody else is doing that.
You get it right away. What does it mean? We will ship this to you in the same amount of time, the same exact time as the person that pays the full amount. Yeah, but you don't have to.
And that's just the thing. So it's not layaway.
Yes.
I need to understand, because that's a thing in coins, layaway. Sure, I'll hold your gold coin till you pay me. I mean, you know.
No, you get it right away.
Yeah, I hope you missed the last payment. You know, no, it doesn't work that way. So now one thing, and I want to do this, we're going to give you an extra minute or so here. We're so busy we couldn't take another call anyway, I don't think. Do not confuse this with the West Point minted Silver Eagle, because you're used to that, the Proof Silver Eagle. That's what the government's done for over 25 years. They make them at the West Point Mint. It's released at the beginning of the year. We sold those out at $169 for the first release, NGCs, just like this. Sold thousands of those coins. A great coin. But the United States Mint, for only the second time in their history, did a supplemental mint. So they did a West Point mint, and then just a couple of weeks ago, struck some of the proof coins at the San Francisco Mint and put the San Francisco Mint mark on it. And then what they did, because it's just, you know, what's happened is they're doing so many other things that people just weren't paying attention, and they make this to order. And so they didn't make that many of them. They didn't think it was going to be that popular. It was tracking, the first week of sales was tracking well less than the 2018, which was the rarest proof silver eagle. That's why I said, I think this is going to be the rarest, because it was tracking on a weekly basis far less than the one that was the rarest annual issue American silver eagle. And all of a sudden now it's sold out now, or unavailable from the United States Mint. Now they're doing 6 other new things this week, and 3 next week, and 5 the next week, and you still have all the reverse proof coins. You've got 25 or 30 new releases for the rest of the year right here. Are they going to get back to this? Will they? Won't they? I have no idea. What I know is I have this coin now, and I have it before the sold out or unavailable price from the United States Mint. So the key to this is you need to take advantage now. Now, I'm giving you all this information about rarity, collectability, desirability, the fact that the rarity on this could be unprecedented in modern American silver eagles. But remember, I charge you no extra. As it is speculation, speculation's worth 0 in essence.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm a hard number guy, and so if I'm telling you, hey, this is my 30 years of experience, tell you this, that's just my experience. You get that at no additional cost or charge. Now, once this does come to bear, and this is the mintage, and it becomes the rarest, then that becomes something that we're going to charge extra for. And this is going to be $199 or $269 or $299, and if it follows the trajectory of some other coins that we've seen out there, the 2011 reverse proof, you know, that went from, I think, originally we charged about $149. Today I'm about $1,500 on that coin. So I mean, that's what starts happening when the secondary market takes over. Well, this original issue pricing, original quantity, red oak presentation box, already graded,
yeah,
already perfect, in hand. You don't know, wait, are you going to get it or aren't you going to get it? You're going to send it in and get it certified. That's going to cost you between $60 and $80 to get a coin certified. You might not get a 70. You might not get an ultra cameo. I think it's crucial if we can get a left counter on this, because that is a hard quantity, what we call a hard out, if you will, on this right now, is that's all you're going to be able to do. With everybody on the phone, I suspect this is perilously close to sell out.
Did you say about 100 remaining? Okay.
So this is going to sell out.
Yeah, so if you'd like to have it, you still have a chance, although the quantities have dwindled significantly. You're looking at $42.49 plus shipping, handling, and tax. It is so important that you shop and place your order to get this at home if you want it and you want this coin. We are into about an hour and a half in the show, and it's been one of the most exciting coins that we've talked about in the show tonight. So if you stay on the phone lines for it, 683-944 is the item.